And I've
go live with
fucking
us.
put
We're going live. We're live!
Yay!
We're
We're live and no one's watching yet. So there's no point talking. Let me just post this up on there. If you go back into the Facebook, there should be one called Reconnect.
Okay, let me try that.
Yes, I know.
Meow.
Meow.
Okay, we've got one.
Is that you? I don't know what happened.
Maybe it's the same thing as what happens when I'm on the WhatsApp too.
Maybe. Well, we lasted to almost 2 hours.
2 whole hours.
Who's in with us? Let us know who's in with us. I'm just tweeting it again. New link. Hang on. Control. Not fucking shift. No, that's studio. I don't want that. I want... What?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Messi.
Oh, goodness.
Did you see it? Did you see
I'm whispering. Hang on. If you're watching this, if you are the one viewer, sorry.
Whoever it is, God bless you.
Sorry. Connection issues.
Watching Kev trying to type this is amazing.
Oh, fuck off. There's 2 ends in connection.
If you go to our pod page on YouTube.
Connection issues. Sorry, connection issues. Hashtag WRWRPOD. Let's do that.
Happy anniversary, Cliff.
Yes. I'm very, very drunk. I'm fucking thoroughly enjoyed this.
It's amazing.
So good.
Awesome.
This is not the last time we're doing this.
Absolutely
I'm telling you what, this is not the last time. Sorry, connection issues.
I love you.
Look at my pondering face.
Cliff's pondering and I'm on the phone right now.
I didn't fucking change the thumb tag, did I?
Are we live now, Cliff?
We're live.
Are we?
But we're not on the same link.
God bless the people watching this, I'm telling you.
There's one person watching it last time I checked.
We just posted the new one on Twitter, so if you go there, it should be the new link.
I'm changing it, putting it up on Facebook. You can see us.
I can see you guys.
If people are messaging, sorry about the fucking thumb tag. I didn't think of them editing that. Sorry. Connection issues.
I can see you on YouTube.
Perfect. So when Cliff turns the camera around, we've spoken to everybody else. We've spoken to Jago. We've spoken to.
I want Ross on.
We've spoken to.
I want Ross. Where's Ross? Ross was fucking.
Oh, he's a great voice, isn't he?
I want him on. I want to ring Ross.
Talks like Chris Lindley. His voice sounds like it's gravel and gas. We're actually joined by the lovely Tanya. Say hello.
Tanya! There's one you and one other, I think.
What are you thinking of Halloween Havoc? What are you thinking of Halloween Havoc 1998
Oh no, it's
so
just
far?
you.
The best is coming up soon.
It is.
All right, we're going to hang up now and say goodbye. Who's next, Cliff?
I don't know. We've got to...
Oh, God. Ouch. Ouch.
Hang on. Let me just... Let me tweet out the new fucking connection to the WhatsApp group.
I think they misunderstood you when you said you wanted to see the iconic split.
I would never want to see the iconic split.
Never.
Ever.
Never. See, they never have this on Wrestle Talk. I love that.
Look at that.
Sorry, connection issues.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, I was going to say, like, let us get this sorted.
Let me get this shit sorted. Love you, Tanya.
Oh.
Oh, why was it going so well? And your internet just went
It
no.
wasn't the internet. I mean, it was still streaming, Cliff. The internet didn't go.
Maybe on my laptop or maybe the
Are
connection.
you watching on there?
No, this is he's watching
Yes,
back.
you are. So, have you got this up and running now?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and send the picture to this guys. We've got one person watching, which I'm still expecting.
I'm
is
going to make
Tanya.
it 4. I'm going to make it 4.
No, you made it 2 because I'm not watching live.
It's like podcastception.
Oh, we got 3. We got 3.
Keep in mind, one of them is me.
We paused it. What time have we paused it?
1:47:00.
Do you hear that? 147.00.
So we'll give you guys a minute to find it. I'm gonna run to the John.
Oh.
And then we'll be.
Go
good
run
go.
to John and I can run for a fag.
I just clapped like Jeremy Corbyn running down the stairs.
Then we're back down to 2. You disconnected. Right, guys. If genuinely you are connected to this and you know, obviously we were up to 5 a minute ago and now we're down to 2. Huh? I tell you what, I will accept. He's shouting the dizziest heights of 5. I do not care. We don't do this podcast because we want to be, famous. We don't want to do this for a living. At some points, I would love to do this for a living because I would love to do something for a living that I'm really passionate about. But we don't. We do it because we love each other's company. This is the reason why I've come up to Trowbridge today, because even though he is a pain in the ass, I do love him. And we started with this podcast with this whole perception of love. And we realized after about, if you didn't know, about less than a year of knowing each other, that we seem to have this mental connection that was like very unique. And I hope that you guys, the 2 of you seeing it, I know one of you is Tanya, I don't know who the other person is, please comment. I'm sure you'll notice this, that me and Toby do have this very Dick and Dom. I've always said Mark and Lars because they were my idols as growing up. Mark and Lars were always my idols. And I always wished to meet my Lars, and I did with this twat that's in the kitchen doing something. And yeah, so if you were on it, please make sure you pause at 1 hour, not 1 minute. 1 hour, that's the whiskey talking, and 50 seconds. Okay? Please make sure you pause at that. Because I've really enjoyed today.
I was just grabbing more queso.
Cheese. You can't even say it right. Right. Who's on board? Who's on
1
board?
hour, 47:00.
Right, we have. Well, let's see if we can get this up to 4 views. Toby, go and do your promoting. Come on, you're the MC. Go and put it up wherever you want, and go and talk to those people. One of them being your better half. And
my better half. This guy.
Why have a cigarette and kill myself a little bit more?
Right, I'm going to share this.
Because I've really been enjoying this. Even with 2 of you, we don't care. Because that's why we're doing it. The maximum people we've had is 5. Don't care.
New link, internet issues. It's not shared. No. Okay. Right, I think that's now the new links sent out. Just got the end of it. There he is. Hey, Hodge. Welcome aboard. I did. I literally just shared it into the WhatsApp now. So fingers crossed. What the Mickey Mouse shit is this? I mean, blame BT, not me. It's BT that are letting everybody down here. Oh, I like that you guys are interacting in there. It's lovely. I'm really looking forward to us all getting together. Like, really, really looking forward to that. It's going to be ace. We're back up to 4. Top stuff. K Cliff, we're up to 4. He's out there just smoking a cigarette on his phone. I also blame the pissed up flat cap wearing twat, personally. I mean, it's nice to not be blamed for something that is definitely not my fault. But yes, 100%, absolutely. So we'll get like an Airbnb that we can all use, and we'll go like watch some mental like deathmatch wrestling, because I'm starting to like when you watch too much porn and you need like the next like aggressive thing. That's kind of where I'm at with like deathmatch wrestling. It's the best. Like Tony and I have been watching Tournament of Death, like because we've got CZW on demand. It's amazing. So yeah, Project Mayhem would be incredible for that. Or TNT Extreme Wrestling in Liverpool is another one of like the deathmatch promotions that would be amazing. It would be absolutely awesome. Because yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, 100%. We just need something that's going to be like blood spatteringly brilliant. He's like, I think it's Fear and Loathing has kind of lost its edge. Jim gonna, what kind of carnival hokey shit is this? Tanya's already said that she's going to take me to Delaware for Tournament of Death. So I'm totally going to get to go to a CZW Tournament of Death with Tanya. We're just saying, we're making plans for either Project Mayhem for deathmatch, or TNT Extreme Wrestling in Liverpool for deathmatch.
Do you know what? I'm actually friends with Jay Apata on Facebook, so hopefully we can get on board with that. It would be good. I think we've got everybody back again.
We do, because Tanya, I was literally saying, she said that we're going to go to Delaware for CZW Tournament of Death. Oh, I'm going to go to TOD.
Do you know what? I wish I could run that past my wife.
Bring her along. Say,
what, for Tournament of Death?
Don't tell her we're going to Tournament of Death. Say, do you want to come on holiday with Toby and Tanya?
To Delaware?
To Delaware. We're going to go to America. You know, we're going to meet Tanya. We're going to go on holiday. Oh, babe, there's a wrestling show actually going on. Do you mind if we go? And she'll be like, yeah, no problem. And then, you know, next thing you know, it's light tube extravaganza to
How far is Delaware from California?
Other side of the US.
Shit.
Natty, have you heard of CZW?
Do you know how against wrestling my wife is? Yeah, let alone fucking deathmatch.
It's close to New York City. It's close to New York.
I could convince her on a Manhattan trip.
Oh, there you go.
There
Babe, do you want to go to Manhattan? Yeah, I'd love to go to Manhattan.
I'd love to.
Brilliant. I'll tell you what, you go to Manhattan. We're going to go. Okay, right. 147. Kevin Nash is looking wistful on screen. He's looking wistful. 147.00. Pour him out, Cliff.
Is it 147? I read that
it's
as
146.59.
No, not one more squeak. We'll come on to
more whiskey. More whiskey. Right. 147.00. Everybody watching along at home, we're going in.
Thumbs up when you're ready. Thumbs up when you're ready.
Oh,
no, wait. Come on, you're not a store man.
Ouch. I love how you caught yourself as well. You're not a store man. Oh.
I meant that as a joke. I meant that as a pure joke.
You're not a store man.
Oh.
Shit.
I love you dearly, but I do not want to make you depressed.
That's the Chris Benoit of jokes right there, Cliff. You can edit this, right? Okay, we're going. Right, 3, 2.
Oh, a thumbs up when
Okay,
you're
again for real this time.
I'm
Definitely,
off to
man,
bed.
love that, dude.
Hodge, I love you.
Hodge, love you, brother. See you
Northern
again soon, man.
translator.
Good night.
Bye bye.
3, 2, 1.
Play. I'm sorry for anybody watching back to this that you've got mine and Luke's. Producer Luke is not here.
That's the equivalent of calling somebody else another girl's name in bed, Cliff. You do realise
What,
that?
producer Luke?
You were talking about Luke Owen. I know you
I
were.
was not.
I know you were. You were imagining him.
I'm talking about producer Luke. You're playing. Are you all good?
Is this when they were doing the gimmick of Scott Hall being a drunk because Scott Hall was actually a drunk?
Yes.
Oh, that was a bad gimmick.
WCW, this is where we come into the shit. This is what we were expecting.
Yeah, Scott just vomited in bloody Eric's face. This was a real uncomfortable gimmick.
Oh,
Because
yes.
he was actually a raging alcoholic and drug addict at this point. And they made it into a gimmick that he was.
Yannick, if you're watching back, this is the shit we were expecting now, isn't it? It's actually quite convenient the break came up this. I might rename this just the shit.
It's pretty miraculous how that happened, isn't it?
We have a notification on Facebook. Or was that me personally? Guys, generally this is the weird plug time, and we don't tend to do this. We've grown our community of over 300 followers on Twitter, over 400 followers on Facebook.
He's coming out with a drink.
300 followers, over 300 followers on Instagram. We've all grown that organically, and that's because of you guys. You two people sat in this chat past midnight in the evening.
An army of 4.
We are.
I mean, how disgraceful was this gimmick, though? Seriously, I mean, I will defend Eric Bischoff to the absolute moon. I will defend him all the way. But this was too far. He taking advantage of Scott Hall's rampant alcoholism.
Yeah. We come into the difficult part of this podcast.
I mean,
now,
I understand why he did it because you want wrestling to reflect real life. You use real. How cool is the Wolfpack music?
I do love the Wolfpack.
Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack.
But I hate the concept.
Check out and see the bad boys of wrestling. Big sexy.
Let him enjoy his moment. But as I said, while he's enjoying his moment, genuinely, if you're watching back to this, if you are watching live, Tanya and whoever else is watching, wave if you're watching. Genuinely, we don't do this, as we've said on many a podcast before, because of how many people watching. We do it because we make one of you smile. And that's what matters to us, is we're making one of you smile today. And some of you, we know that this is way past your bedtime.
I can make you smile.
So whomever is watching, thank you.
I can make you smile. Why did Sally fall off the swings?
Because she had no arms or legs.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not Sally.
This is why we'll never get a contract with Wrestle Talk.
Cliff, why couldn't they save the drowning hippie?
You're the most left-wing social that I've ever met.
Why couldn't they save the drowning hippie?
Go on.
Because he was too far out, man.
You're the most far left person I've ever met. And I find it hilarious that you made that joke.
Did I Did you know that a school of piranhas can devour a small boy in 20 minutes?
Did Scott Hall make them?
In other news, I lost my job at the aquarium the other day.
Oh, thank God I need 2 people watching this.
So there's these 2 twin brothers.
Don't fuck me. I'm going to the toilet.
Right, I'll tell you guys. So there's these 2. So there's these 2 identical twin boys, right? But the mother gives them up for adoption because she can't look after them. So she sends one off to the Middle East, and he's called Amal, and she sends one off to Spain, and he's called Juan. You know, so they're sat there. Many years go past, and one day, the mum receives a letter through from her adopted son. You know, from her son who she set up for adoption. You know, saying, "Hi, mum, I'm doing well," and she sends a picture, and it's a picture of Juan. And she says to her husband, she says, "God, you know, I've seen one of my boys. I just wish I could see the other." And he says, "What are you talking about? They're twins. Once you've seen Juan, you've seen Amal." Hey, yo. The fat Scott Hall is actually acting drunk. I mean, maybe he's not acting. Maybe he's genuinely drunk in this. It's depressing.
Once you drag your big butt back to the locker room, because I'm through.
Downstairs.
This isn't going well then, no?
The way Scott is actually slurring his words, I'm not sure if he's...
No, he is drunk. More than likely.
I mean, if you're Bischoff, you might as well... If he's turning up to work drunk every day, you might as well just make a fucking gimmick out of it, I suppose.
God, who makes their fucking living off of being drunk?
What do Eskimos get from sitting on icebergs too long? Oh, come on. Come on. We're waiting. Polaroids. I was going to say snowballs, but Polaroids is so much funnier.
What's the difference between a giraffe and a tractor?
Go on.
One's got hydraulics and one's got high bollocks. Yes, I'll be here till Tuesday. Thank you.
I don't think your wife wants you here until Tuesday, Cliff. It's your anniversary today.
Happy anniversary.
Speaking of anniversary, Cliff.
Toby.
Speaking of anniversary.
Fuck off.
Happy
We
anniversary,
drank this
Cliff.
bottle yet. Go show the bottle.
Have
Show
we
the
drank
bottle.
this bottle yet? We're barely halfway, mate. Happy
We're
anniversary,
not.
Cliff. What a nice bottle of 45%. Cheers, Cliff. Happy anniversary, Cliff. To you and Natty.
Salud.
Polaroids is fucking great. That's amazing.
Polaroids is, yeah.
Hit me with your best shot.
I'm surprised we've still got 2 viewers. We were fully expecting to go into this like with nobody.
Tanya's one of them. I don't know who the other is.
Whoever the other is, please let yourself know.
YouTube
Luke Cohen.
YouTube content security.
You said this was friendly for over 18s.
Did you? No, you didn't. You definitely clicked no. This match is terrible.
It is. Maybe this is what fucking Yannick remembered.
I think when you get really good,
Ooh, slam.
you get excited about the upper card, don't you? You get excited about the big wrestlers and the big stars.
But I think
if you went into this pay-per-view being excited to see Nash Hall, which you would be, excited to see Goldberg DDP, which you would be, excited to see Warrior Hogan, which you would be, the undercard kind of falls by the wayside. As good as that is, we can sit back here and watch this and go, this was 22 years ago. We can sit back here and watch this and say, this was 22 years ago, and we can watch it with hindsight, which is great. If you watch this as a kid, if we were to wake up at 1 a.m. to watch this as a 9 and 10-year-old kid, perhaps we would be disappointed by it.
But I think with the element of the hindsight, we've had great fun with Disco Inferno doing double duty tonight. We've
If I
done
had told you before this, the highlight of the night will be disco pulling double duty. Would you have looked at me and gone, Toad, really?
Really?
But
Why
how
are
good-
we fucking drinking this
But-
exceptional bottle of whiskey
It is
for this?
exceptional. How good was disco pulling double duty?
It was beautiful.
It was wonderful.
And also, if you look at the reasons, drop the mic. I'm sorry, I gave you a headache. I'm a bit drunk. Anyway, nothing ever happened. Anyway, we digress. If you're looking at the element of, let's say, Jericho versus Raven at the beginning,
Great
that was a great match.
In isolation, they're great matches, but I think
If you look, let's say
Because
how.
when have you ever bought a match to build you up to the higher card in the main event?
But at the same time, I would say that it's very much an argument of that you base a card on a card. And yes, we're looking at this and it's the dribbling shit.
So much less attention is paid to the lower card because this whole pay-per-view has been built around Nash Hall, Goldberg, DDP. We've still got Bret Hart to come after this.
Oh shit, we have.
Yeah, you know, and we've.
I thought there was only 3 matches left.
And then we've still got Hogan Warrior to come, which at the time you wouldn't have thought was going to be as fucking dog shit. I mean, we don't know how it's going to be. We don't know.
I don't know. 12-year-old Cliff would have been all over that. It was going to be dog shit.
Oh yeah, 9-year-old Toby would have been fucking Ultimate Warrior. Are you kidding me? Fucking yeah, I'm up for that. You know, but you never would have. You know, the opening matches wouldn't have meant shit. They would not have meant shit. Now we can look back at it as 31-year-old. And
I mean, that you look at this, that these
It's not
men,
terrible.
these 2 men, part of the clique, and I'm not being funny, but yeah. Yeah. So I would being that in 1998 there were plenty of people in our position that would have been thinking this is the ultimate match. 2 people that are destined to be together are facing off against each other, brothers, as I think it's just said on telly. You know, this should have been the main event, really.
And
you know, if it was the 1980s, late 1990s, fucking booked match, that it had to be Hogan versus Warrior.
I mean,
This should have been the main event.
Yeah,
But there's no emotion. We're rabbling on like this because there's no emotion in this match. Didn't he squat?
It's because they've ruined it by. Well, I say
Oh.
ruined it. I mean, I can't say
But
they've
then,
ruined it, but Scott Hall has ruined it by being a drunk. Because you can't trust him.
No. I
which is
know
the
that,
problem you've
but
had with
that's
this.
your best mate in the ring.
It is.
So
it is,
me and
but
you
the problem-
facing off
So the
against
best
each
issue
other.
you've got is I would obviously be Scott Hall. The problem you've got with this, the issue you've got is you shouldn't have pulled the trigger on this feud while Scott is a drunk.
No, correct.
Is the issue they've got here.
Hindsight is a beautiful thing.
It is, but I can see why Eric would have gone, okay, this is real, it's going to be great, let's do it. Because you
But then
trust,
why would
you
you-
trust Kevin Nash? You trust him.
But why would you put this match later on in the cards? Because that should have been your main event.
But
I
you
mean,
can't have it as
fucking
your main
Scott
event because-
Hall versus Kevin Nash
but
should
look at it
be
this
your
way.
main,
Look at
main
it this way.
event.
Look at it this way. You've got Hogan Warrior, which is going to be your main event. Always. That's going to be your main event. It is. Because you've got Hogan, and you're only bringing Warrior in if he's going to main event for you. You're not paying him money. You're not paying him the money he wants to come in and be lower card. So Hogan Warrior has got to be your main event because it was the most profitable match of the WWF before Warrior left. Was Hogan Warrior. So 2 should be the biggest match. So I can understand why he put that main event. But then when you look, okay, so next you look at and you've got Goldberg versus DDP, is it? That's your world title. You need that on at least second. So then you're going, right, okay. And then you've got Bret Hart, who's just come over, but you're trying to establish as the main event star.
But no, he's been over for at this point, almost a year.
But you're still trying to get him over as a main event star. So you're going, right. So now at this point, you go, right, Hogan and bloody Nash and Hall are going to be 4th from the top. By which point, you might as well not do it. You might as well not do it because...
I'll give it to you because watching this match in maybe hindsight that obviously, Scott Hall was facing the problems that he had.
But they knew this at the time and they sent him out and they didn't just say, go out and try to not be a drunk. They said, right, you're a drunk. Let's put you out there and just be a drunk. I'm like, how fucking irresponsible is that?
Because watching this match now,
Nash
it's
is
difficult.
trying his absolute fucking best.
No, he is. I mean, you can't put it against Kevin Nash because you can't put it against
Nash
him.
has been known as a lazy worker before. So this is neither here nor there. but Nash is
He was the Roman Reigns before there was Roman Reigns,
but
really, wasn't
You
he?
see, like Nash, I mean, this has got to be painful for Nash as well because him and Hall are genuinely best mates.
Mhm.
This has got to be painful for Nash. I just don't understand who this serves going on.
But
this is the piss break match,
this-
basically.
Yeah, no, it is. And this should
don't
be the
know
main
who
event.
this
But that's
serves.
what I'm getting at. This should be the main
It
event.
should be. I agree with you.
And
It
but
should
at the
have
same
been
time,
built to the point that you could present it as a main event. I mean, if the title was on, say, let's say you put the title on Hall, and he's a drunk, but he's the champion, and he finds a way to win, and he's got his NWO cronies behind him, and they make sure that he wins the belt, and he's still champion despite being a massive drunk, and that enables him to fall deeper into this drunk hole. That's how you. And then you have Nash, who is his best friend, who's like, "Come on, man, what are you doing? Come on!" His best friend is trying to save him. Right, but he gets his ass beat by Scott Hall's buddies and Scott Hall's cronies who are living off of Scott Hall's dollar.
yeah.
Right, that's how you build it. And then all of a sudden you've got Nash who can't take any more, and he's like, "Look, that title has corrupted you. It's broken you. I'm gonna free you from that."
No.
How you do it.
Yeah, I get you completely. You're. There's no arguing against it. You're 100% right because at this point it is.
This is a throwaway match,
Yeah.
and you're abusing Scott Hall's
And
alcoholism.
to be honest,
you've wasted this.
And to be honest, you're abusing Kevin Nash. At this point, you are.
His powerbomb was great, though, wasn't it?
That was beautiful.
The Kevin Nash powerbomb is amazing. But
But
just imagine the amount
he's
of money
got nothing to do. You imagine what's going through that mental mentality. Mental mentality.
the mentality.
And
of-
mentality of
Nash.
what's going through Nash at the moment.
You know the worst thing about this is, though? Nash was booker of WCWM at this point.
Why would you ever book that against yourself? I know
That is all
we
the
have
argument
the common
we just had.
joke. We have the common joke regularly of promoters making themselves champions.
Nash was
But that
WCW
shows you.
booker at this
I
point.
love you to bits, but if you were my Scott Hall, I would do the same.
I'll be your Scott Hall. I will be your Scott Hall. I'll always be your Scott Hall. Cliff, the amount of times you pick me up off of floors and put me to bed, I am your Scott Hall.
All I'm gonna say is how much I noticed that I lost weight when I saw Toby.
Excuse me. Did you just body shame me?
We haven't had a body shape joke all fucking
This
show.
is the joke, Cliff. I'm accusing. No, I'm actual body shaming. Yikes! Like, look. So Nash has beat him. This is mental WCW. Nash is wandering off. Imagine paying $60 for this match. God, WCW.
Do you know what the annoying thing is? Is that all through this match, all I was thinking of was the finish. Of you imagine the words. I would love to. I know that Kevin Nash was meant to come to the UK.
Listen to the booze. It worked, but God.
But at the same time, Kevin Nash was meant to come to the UK and do his chat.
Inside the Ropes with Kenny McIntosh.
No, he was meant to do it in the Mayflower in Southampton.
Oh.
Because I was offered tickets by CWP. Or offered to buy tickets. Please don't think that I give outs. That was one of the things that I was really interested to hear was this match. This is why we chose this pay-per-view, because I knew that finish was coming.
What was the point?
I would love to know what he thought of that match. I would have paid for my ticket just to hear this. This is the reason why we chose Halloween Havoc 1998. We may have forgotten about the fucking mid cards and the lower cards, but that's the reason why, because that's the things you remember. You know, this sort of shit with fucking bringing out the fucking
The Nitro
girls again.
Don't they look like, what's her name? I'm from Lazy Town. What was her name in Lazy Town?
I can't remember. I'm not that young.
I remember Sporticus.
What was the baddie's name in Naystown?
I know,
Anyway,
he had a giant chin, didn't he?
let's go into that. I think that personally, that was a match. If you're looking at hindsight, if you're looking at it as a wrestling fan, if you're looking at the modern day wrestling product, that should have been a match that never had happened. In my personal opinion, and that's why we watched this, because we thought it was all that, because that's what you remember. Shame I can't rename this fucking podcast stream. Like, the part that you don't want to remember, because we go now on to Bret Hart. And I would say, obviously, we all know that his career was cut very short. Is he NWO at this point? Sorry, this is him shouting from the kitchen. Coming back now.
Is he?
No, I don't think he is. Poor PowerPoint presentation.
They could have at least written it not in Comic Sans.
Oh, it just makes me think. If you haven't seen Muse's new fucking movie yet, go and purchase it. Please go and purchase it.
Did you notice how WWE tell you that Sting was never in the NWO, yet he was definitely in the Wolfpack?
His red face paint.
Red and black was the coolest fucking Sting ever looked, man. I'm telling you.
No. Joker. I love Joker TNT fucking Sting. It's the man that you can listen to past podcasts from episode 1 to about episode 10 that did not get Matt Hardy.
Broken Matt, he just didn't get it.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite things in wrestling now.
Sammy Guevara Sammy Guevara, it was when he was hit by the fucking golf cart and he just spun a complete 360.
I thought you were going to go on something else then. No.
Weird Sting coming out to NWO Wolfpack music. I love the blue glitter face paint with blonde hair, like NWA Sting. Yes, the Silver Surfer Sting, isn't it? Is this when he's got the goatee? Yes, goatee Sting.
Goatee Sting.
Goatee Sting.
Right, it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, I get it, Tanya, you are in a different time zone.
It's only coming
But
up to 7 in the morning, man.
whomever is staying up to watch us, God bless you. Mwah.
Too sweet to you, my
Mwah.
brother.
You send me a private message at WRWRPOD or at The Amazing Cliff. You, sir, I will pay you, whomever you are, and Tanya, obviously. We need to get you a cap. But I will get you a WRWR cap.
Tanya needs to join us for a podcast one day.
Yeah, she does.
Cliff, here's to you, anonymous viewer.
Where the fuck is my cap?
Cheers.
If it's going, I've drank this much of whiskey.
It's definitely Vince McMahon.
Do you remember when we had the theory that Vince McMahon was watching us?
Because everything we spoke about appeared on TV. And what
We'll
culture,
come up with this plan.
what culture would always steal the music from our videos? They
Yes.
did.
And we came up with the plan of, we still do it to now, if you're watching and you don't know. We came up with the idea of, because this is a shit match as well,
How do you know? You haven't watched it, Cliff.
I have.
How good should Sting versus Bret Hart have been? Honestly, how good should it have been?
It should have been fucking.
Wolfpack Sting.
It should have been fucking main event.
Once again, but right, I was thinking about this whilst I was having a piss, like cock in hand. So, which is where most of my best thoughts come from.
Rest in peace,
No,
Lionheart. Can you remember what you said to Lionheart?
God bless that man. I tell you,
Legend.
Do you know what, man? You're a great heel. I know we boo you, but you're fucking great. Let's not talk about it when we got our cocks in our hands. All right, yeah, fair enough, Lionheart. Yeah, nice one. But once again,
I love that man.
Once again, this is where
Wherever you are, rest in peace.
This is where WWF had it better. So, Sting, Bret, you've got Goldberg, DDP, you've got Hogan, Warrior, and you've got Nash and Scott Hall. That's 4 main events. If you can just like
not fuck up at one.
if you could just not shoot your load in one go. If you could just not shoot your load in one go.
We've marked out over the lower cards. We've marked out over the lower cards. What the fuck?
They built themselves 4 main events for the next 4 pay-per-views right here.
Yeah.
And they've spaffed them all on one show.
Yep.
And this is where the problem is, because they've then not given each match the appropriate time.
Yeah. Sting
versus Bret could main event any show and still be for the US title, still be for the secondary title.
Completely.
And that would main event a show. And you'd be like, you would have no complaints with that. Nash versus Scott Hall, the best friends colliding after years and years of being the driving force of the NWO. Build it. Have them battle for control of the NWO. Have them battle for control of the title. Battle for anything. That works. Sting, fucking Goldberg, DDP. I would buy a pay-per-view for that alone. Nice one. Done. Hogan Warrior. You could have fucking me wrestling Cliff on the rest of that card, and I'd still buy it because I'm going to get to see Hogan Warrior again. You know, if only you learned how to bump.
I did.
I bumped so hard I ended up in Wilkinson's car park. God.
Old school joke of anybody that understands.
Only the OGs get that one.
Only the OGs.
Have you noticed we're watching 2 wrestlers wrestle in long leg singlets?
Anyway, let's go back to this. Now, my argument would be to the modern day wrestling fan. I've had a couple of whiskeys, almost a whole bottle. Put them down there. The modern day wrestling fan. Now, they put down every show. Now, have you seen Payback?
Yes. Yeah. Like I watched it live.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed Payback. Yeah.
Yes, so did I. Now,
I think
I'm looking at this
because it was 2.5 hours.
There is that.
Enjoyable entertainment.
But at the same time, I've enjoyed.
SummerSlam was great.
What?
SummerSlam was
75.
The best. I actually said to Tanya, SummerSlam is the best WWE pay-per-view I've watched live in a long time. Every match was enjoyable. It was great. Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins was the best match on the card. That shit was awesome.
So it's just about to come on to that. Is SummerSlam is lovely.
Yeah. SummerSlam was perfect.
If I read the tweets and I read that toxicity that we have in WWE,
don't do it.
I have people that turn around and put down that WWE. So even Payback.
I am the Fiend's biggest fan, and Tony will tell you this. I am the Fiend's biggest.
I have a pop vinyl, and if you are watching this, if you're the other person of this, you know how much you hate pop vinyls. I have fucking pop vinyl.
I
love
the Fiend. I actually have the joggers with the Wyatt Jim.
Yeah.
I love the Fiend. He's the best thing in WWE at the moment. He's the only reason I watch SmackDown.
I love the Fiend. I love the Fiend.
I'm so in on the mystical. But Roman
being champ, does that make sense?
It's the right decision. Yes, 100%.
Yes, thank you.
Because
it makes sense.
What was he beat the piss out of Strowman? But when he got in the ring with the Fiend, he shit himself. Roman looked so scared that his only option was to kick the Fiend in the dick.
Yes.
And that was...
Yes!
He didn't...
High five, motherfucker!
He didn't wrestle the Fiend. He was like, Roman shit himself when he confronted with the Fiend.
Completely.
And it protects the Fiend. The Fiend is fine. You can put him over to one side.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Strowman, which is... Strowman's still a big dude. The Fiend... you know,
We're not watching
Roman
it. We
beat
know
him.
how this match goes, so we're not
Roman
even
beat
watching
him,
this.
but-
Sorry,
but
if you're
Roman
watching
having
along,
the belt
please
is the
watch.
best way forward because people that hated Roman because he was Roman are still going to hate him. People like me and yourselves who are smart marks are going to go, right, this is what we've always wanted. Fucking sweet, nice one. Boo, Roman. Boo. Nice one. This is what we always wanted.
That's
and it's
it.
going to work because we love Paul Heyman.
But
Tanya
there's-
hates Paul Heyman. Tanya hates Paul Heyman. But we love Paul Heyman. She does. I'm sorry. But we love Paul Heyman.
Do you know how much your other half loves Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo? That's how much I love that man, Paul Heyman. So
That would
please
be-
don't.
That would be no
Please
Attitude
don't.
Era without Vince Russo.
No.
It wouldn't be.
No.
Wrestling
Shit.
would not be big enough without
Shit.
Vince Russo.
Right, we're not getting to the conversation. This is
But,
a fucking whole podcast to itself. We've been saying that for 4 years. We've been holding on to this podcast of this argument, but yeah, shit.
I'm going to get him on because he now follows me on Twitter, Cliff Vince Russo.
Because of me. Anyway. Who replied that, yeah, but he's still not following you and then followed you.
He was already following me before that, and I sent you evidence of such. I mean, to be fair, this match isn't terrible. It's just not what you'd expect from Brett versus Sting.
It is for
It's
the upper cards of the... It's for the upper cards.
What
It
you'd
is...
expect from Brett versus Sting. It's not. You would expect so much more.
I'm not being funny, but at this time...
Especially when both of these guys are at their absolute peaks. NWO Sting never quite made sense, but I liked it as a kid. Bret Hart being in WCW never quite made sense, but I liked it as a kid, and I was on board with it. But then again, I liked Jeff Jarrett when he was WCW champion, and he had NWO 2000 behind him. So, what the fuck does Kid Toby know? He doesn't know shit. So, I don't know what to tell you. Who you talking? Hey, you, Slap Nuts. What'd you call me? Yeah, you heard me. Slap Nuts. That's Mr. Slapnuts.
we met. So if you haven't seen our banner, one of my favourite moments ever is I let Toby run with it. And there's not many times I let Toby do that. But I literally walked up and Mr. Jarrett, loving to meet you. And it's on our banner. If you've ever seen our banner on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one on Instagram anyway. Anyway, Twitter, Facebook. We met Jeff Jarrett, and I literally went, Mr. Jarrett, lovely to meet you, and then went over to you. And walked away. He went, Jeff, man, Slapnuts! What do you call me? Slapnuts! And they reenacted the whole scene, and literally, I've never seen Toby's eyes light up.
It was Jeff's little face.
It was like a fucking Pokemon fucking TV show that the eyes up there.
You know what, man? Like, I loved you in TNA, dude. I love you in WCW. My favorite bit was when you hit Beetlejuice with the guitar, and he looked at me and he went, "What?" I said, "What'd you call me?" And he went, "Slapnuts." I said, I pretended to hit him with the guitar, and he went, "Man," he said, "that was my favorite bit in WCW." I said, "I know, that was amazing." And he said, "I had to explain to my daughter why I hit a midget with a guitar." She said, "Dad, that wasn't very nice." I had to explain why I hit a midget with a guitar.
I'm not being funny, but Jeff Jarrett took the picture. If you have a look on our Facebook or Instagram, you'll see that the picture of us taken is genuinely like, I want to take a picture with you two.
Man.
And that was all down to...
It was just the way he'd clearly been stood there all day signing autographs. And I was like, man, do you remember when you hit Beetlejuice? And he was like, yeah. What'd you call me? Yeah, nerd.
We were second to last in the queue, I would say.
Tyler Bate was dead at that point.
Taylor Bate, it was like...
He clocked out like 3 hours
literally,
ago.
I've met Pete Dunne several times before. I've met, obviously... Best friend Ben is quite documented.
You're not going to get cigarettes around here. Oh, trust me, lad. Watch me. Pops into a fucking chippy.
Ben. Right, we're walking. This is me and Ben. Right, Ben. I'll get that battered sausage that I'm after. You're not getting your fucking menthol cigarettes. Walk out, battered sausage. He comes out and go, got normal cigarettes out hand to the boy.
Told
Literally.
you.
Talking-
They didn't let
No,
Jack
he
Jester
didn't.
into the club because he didn't have ID.
Anyway, yeah, us and Trend 7 is very well documented. But no.
Jarrett was phenomenal.
Jarrett was.
His eyes.
I mean, his eyes lit up when Toby started talking to him, because I knew that Toby has been the. Obviously, I remember him from the Intercontinental days, and I was very much in awe when I was standing there with him of a future WWE Hall of Famer. But literally, this guy's eyes lit up, and yeah, I mean, Jeff Jarrett literally looked at Toby and went, "This is my man."
It's when he was like, I had to explain to my daughter why I hit a midget with a guitar.
On
With
that
the
note,
exact
I knew
words. With the exact words.
Right notes. Whoever is that secret person watching that we don't know, please let us know, because it would be really intriguing
It's
to
the
know who
police,
that
Cliff,
is.
It's the police.
Whoop whoop! Is that the police? Can we say no for police?
No. I found a picture of Trent, Tyler, Cara Noir, and extra dude there the other day, and I was like, yikes. I mean, I'll bring this back to the pay-per-view once again. This isn't a bad match. It's not terrible. I really don't understand why this. I mean, people watching at home, Tonya, like, what do you think of this? Like, is this a bad pay-per-view? Yeah, can you imagine if it's Cliff's phone or my phone? Let me have a quick look. No. I just closed down all my apps. No, we're still on 2. But Tanya, like, are you enjoying this pay-per-view? Are you enjoying the wrestling? I mean, I don't think it's that bad. Is it terrible and we're just a bit drunk, or? Oh, ref bumps. I don't think it's all that bad. I'm waiting for Goldberg. Yeah, of course you are. I'm obviously cheering for DDP in that. Boom. So, Tanya just said, I'll laugh if it's one of you. So check your phone that you are not so logged into the stream. It's not just you and her. Because I've checked mine and I'm now logged off. So
It might be me. This time of night, I would not be surprised.
Come sit down, I have to go as well.
To be honest, though, this time of night.
There's been 2 ref bumps in the space of a minute, and I'm like, oh, don't you see?
Hello! I don't know why my hat's gone. Now, I'll teach you a story. Oh, there it is. Teach you a story about this hat. Now, I had the exact same hat. If you've ever seen the picture of us when we went to see... oh! Okay, that's a good bump. Wow, okay. I didn't ever see that bump. Anyway, most important thing about this podcast is my hat. And wow, that was a really good bump. I forgot about that. This is the second hat of its sort, because the famous night that I finally met some of my idols, or met them as equals, where we really knew each other at Wrestle Talk, I had this hat, and me and Toby had to get the train home from for me from London Waterloo to Winchester. Forgot this part. From me to London Waterloo, Winchester, to him to London Waterloo, Southampton. And famously, I lost my hat. It's the second of its sort. So if you ever see me of a picture of Laurie Davis, and Luke Owen, then you know the second hat I've had of this exact sort. There you go. I'm a bit pissed. It's quite funny. It's the first fucking podcast I've ever done as the irresponsible adult. I'm like the fucking responsible adult of everything we do. I'm the one that controls things. Yeah, I'm seeing fucking Bret Hart go for the sharpshooter. There should be. I'm meaning that this is sharpshooter fucking versus. Should be the fucking main event. Sharpshooter versus Scorpion Deathlock. Should be the main event.
You see, they booked themselves 4 main events. They booked themselves 4 main events and put none of them as the main event.
Look at that crowd. I'm really pissed. I will not disapprove this at the moment. We have drank
Pour them out then, Cliff.
this much of a bottle, and he kept this bottle for me when on this reunion.
I wasn't going to drink it until I saw you, Cliff, so pour them out.
No, because you're reacting You're reacting a lot better to this than I am.
Well, yeah, of course I am.
Bastard.
Do I need to pour them out, right, Cliff? Give me a glass, come here.
Right. Children, if you're watching
Children.
this, guess the one that's been to the gym recently.
Could it be you are remembering the past in their careers and their entirety in the road of WWE? So it's lost some glory.
I mean, once again, I mean, you're probably right with that. I think you are. But Bret Hart was a good US champion in WCW. He was good. But once again, it's just a problem that WCW have got a good toy, like a new toy, and they play with it to the point that when you should be kind of.
Do you think he
building
would
it
have
out.
been bigger without that Goldberg bump?
Potentially. What? I mean, would he have been better if he didn't break his neck? It's a question that you're asking me here. And
I
yes,
know.
the answer to that is yes, every time. But Brett could have easily
Would
gone
they have booked him? So if we look in hindsight of when WWE,
Yeah, they were booking Brett to be. I mean, and if they were going to do the invasion, Brett would have come back over as part of the invasion.
of course he
because
would.
WWE, little known fact, actually tried out Brett to see if they could get him medically cleared to come back as part of the invasion. Because, because obviously he wasn't under WCW contract at that time because they released him for medical issues after the whole neckery with Goldberg, which was fucking retarded anyway.
Wasn't that very briefly after this?
It wasn't long because he wrestled because Goldberg's champ. Yeah, it was not long. Oh, spoilers. But it wasn't long after this.
22 years afterwards.
Hey, some people might not have seen this.
Still,
What happened to Sting? Why is he dead?
I'm thin enough that I fit into my cactus
Are you
jacket top
Are you just touching yourself?
always.
It's a good job you clicked not for over 18, not for under 18s. You'll be get arrested for this shit. Hang on.
No!
Oh, hang on.
I could have got the answer consultation.
Oh, hello. Beat
Ow.
up.
He's
You
cheated.
just crotched it.
There's more of the explanation of what you've done.
Oh, I put my feet up because as part of a moving in present, Tony got me reclining sofa and chair.
Should get me one.
Well, I'm very maybe you should move up.
I said that the most Hampshire way ever, and he understood. Now, if anybody doesn't understand what the Hampshire accent is,
they drop a H and pretend that they're not posh when they actually are. That's the Hampshire accent. Right? It's as simple as
Wurzel Gummidge. Wurzel Gummidge was
If he was
recorded.
a posh Tory voting scarecrow. If Wurzel Gummidge was a posh Tory voter, you've got your Hampshire voters, all right?
Fuck off. Lib Dem was strongly in
who
power.
did your wife vote for, Cliff? I'm sorry. No, Cliff. The people want to know. Who does your wife vote for? Your wife is a voting member of the...
She might have changed
The who,
it.
Cliff? There's no shame. It's only politics, Cliff. Politics doesn't come into anything. Your wife is a voting member of who?
And who was I former celebrity?
No, it doesn't
No,
matter.
no.
No, I'm asking, who does your wife vote for, Cliff? Who does your wife vote for?
Who was I
No,
member
no,
of?
it doesn't matter who you are. I'm not asking about you. I'll ask about you afterwards. Who is your wife a voting member of, Cliff? Tell me.
Conservative.
The Conservative Party. Okay, thank you. So your wife is a Tory. So basically... Oh...
Oh, fuck, we've really got two people.
Is there a way you can delete messages on the chat?
Nope.
Okay, so Tanya says, ask Toby what bracelet he's wearing. Which one?
Go on. Your awkward moment. Which one?
What? Hang on.
No.
All right, screw it. You know
Tell
what?
me
Screw it.
what.
I'm wearing this. There's only 2 people watching. Screw it. I'm wearing
Can
this.
be watched by anybody online, but go on.
Oh, I'm wearing this for my girlfriend because Trump 2020, keep America great.
So ironically, I scream.
USA.
That's maybe ironically.
Go upstairs and look on his bedroom. All right, babe. Jesus, you're fucking throwing me in this, aren't you? Good
What
God.
did she say?
Upstairs on my wall, I have an America flag with a MAGA hat. Upstairs on the wall.
The most left-wing person I've ever met.
Yep. I also have a Bernie
I need to have
Sanders
a fag
t-shirt.
before this.
I also have a Bernie Sanders t-shirt and jumper upstairs.
Anyway, this is a watch-along.
I got it for him as a joke. He hates Trump.
I know he does, dear. I know.
I might hate Trump, but Tanya, I love you, and I think that's the sweetest thing in all of this.
Right, let's
Wouldn't
go
you
back
agree?
to wrestling because the
Wrestling!
poor fuckers.
Let's go back to wrestling when Stone Cold Steve Austin stunned.
Wrestling.
Stone
Anyway,
Cold Steve Austin stunned.
we've been on this an hour, and we haven't addressed. This is now 6th time we've heard the fucking
Every
NWA
time we've gone.
on WO. Fucking hell, it's this DDP fucking...
DDP wasn't in NWO, was he?
We've got another match we've forgotten about.
Is this Hogan Warrior? Yes!
I want a fag.
They didn't put Hogan. Well, go now. Like, now's your time.
No, I can't go now during the fucking Warrior entrance.
Well, this is the Hogan entrance.
Warrior entrance will take 30 seconds.
How quick can you smoke a cigarette?
30 seconds. Luke Owen, if you're the other one, I promise we won't get drunk on Wrestle Talk.
I promise I won't wear the Trump wristbands. Cliff, you can smoke and just watch through the door if you want. No, like you can hold the cigarette outside and just lean through the door and watch. It's fine. No, Cliff, honestly, like just hold the cigarette and smoke like through the door. It's fine. No, Cliff. Jesus. Stand inside and hold the cigarette outside.
I want you to show a child.
Well, just hold the cigarette in your right hand and watch through the door. Then.
Why not fucking you? I'm really drunk. How much bottle we drunk? We drunk.
There's only a little bit left, Cliff. We'll finish it off, mate. There's only a little bit left.
Waited fucking since February for that fucker.
You're not joking, dude. You're not joking.
No, Cliff, it's you! If you give me whiskey, that's what happens.
I feel sorry for whoever the second person that isn't Tanya is. I have no clue. Here he is, the warrior! Where's the highlight package? Where's the build-up package? There wasn't a package, was there?
Did he swap?
Oh, I mean, to
So
be fair,
annoyed. Even before it comes out, I'm really annoyed.
this is. I mean,
Remember,
you would be.
12-year-old Cliff. 12-year-old
9-year-old
Cliff.
Toby
Now,
was hyped the fuck up for this.
Yeah. Explain how 9-year-old Toby was.
9.
How were you feeling towards this match? 'Cause
Hyped.
They won't hear me. I'm too far away.
9-year-old Toby was hyped the fuck up for this. Because I'd seen on VHS tapes Hogan versus Warrior, the original Hogan Warrior. I saw it on VHS tapes from when I was too young to watch wrestling. I got into wrestling because people showed me, oh, Toby, you'll love wrestling. Here's Hogan versus Warrior on a VHS tape. And I was like, oh, shit, this is amazing. So now I'm watching wrestling, and I'm watching WCW, which is my wrestling. And I'm like, shit, now we've got Hogan Warrior. I saw it as a we, now my promotion has Hogan Warrior. So now I can show people how we have Hogan Warrior.
Here we go. Now, with this match, I don't know if they can hear me on the microphone. Tanya, let me know. We need to call this in our drunken state.
In our drunken state. What, like actually watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like what we did with Sting versus
But actually watch it. No, 100%. So Warriors work in the crowd, an absolute treat here. Nick Patrick is referee, and Hogan's Warrior's got himself a sweet ass jacket. Yeah, Tanya can hear you.
You fucking you color. I'll color. You fucking.
I understand, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Nick Patrick with his mullet there is getting ready for this match. Hogan coming around with his boa.
Look at Hogan with his fucking beautiful boa.
It is gorgeous.
Walking around. Real face of WCW.
This is actually the mic.
NWO, the original NWO versus his true fucking. Yeah, him. I'm so drunk.
Honestly, man, at 9 years old, I was so pumped this because this was my first opportunity to see the biggest match that I'd ever seen, but actually live. Because the biggest match I'd ever seen as a kid was Hogan Warrior, and that was on VHS tape. But now I had a chance to actually watch this live in my company, like WCW, because WCW was mine. Nobody watched WCW. Everybody at school had Telewest. They had cable. They had Sky. They watched WWF. But the fact that my company had Warrior Hogan 2 was the coolest shit in the world. Which therefore also meant the next Monday at school was the most disappointing shit in the world. The crowd are chanting Warrior, Cliff. Can you hear this?
Yep.
Warrior.
You wouldn't imagine a fucking WWE.
This is 1998, and the crowd are chanting Warrior. This is what we're talking about right here. This is how big this is.
Oh, fucking hell, I'm that drunk.
I haven't told you about Tanya's gotten me a denim jacket for Christmas. It's got Randy Savage holding the cream of the cup in my background. Because Randy's my favorite of all time.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. The macho man.
Wasn't he part of
NWO,
the
yes.
original NWO?
No, not original NWO. He came over and he joined NWO and then he became Madness. Macho Man Randy Savage. He was all about the madness. It was then when he went black and red and became Madness.
But wasn't that at this point?
1999, late 99, when he became champion again. Show him the pic. I will, babe. That's a good shout.
Whoever's watching this other feed, I'm so sorry, but we drank this much whiskey.
This is the back of my denim jacket.
Show it to the crew.
Yes. How lucky am I, man?
Tanya, look after this man, didn't you?
She does, man. She will, and she does. But yeah, the Macho Man is my ultimate wrestler of all time.
It's what happens when we do this after lockdown.
We just get sentimental and drunk and miss each other, don't we?
went around fucking 3 other beers down there, and I've picked up the one with the fucking Guinness in. And I'm not singing Irish songs, so you'll be pretty impressed. This, to me,
We've
this
still got
was
shipping up
the
to Boston
point
to come
where,
later.
oh, fuck off. We're going fucking dropkick Murphys now.
I'm shipping up to Boston. Well, there you go. That's it. That's the bottle. Cliff,
On Monday.
how apt that we're going to do the last one during Hogan Warrior. Apt.
Is that the last one?
That's it.
We drank a whole bottle of whiskey. It's
Cheers,
like bourbon. US fans, whiskey. But I'm Irish blood, so bourbon.
Cheers.
If I drank this much of Jameson's, I would not be talking the words, but
This is
I'm drunk.
45%. You're not. You're
Good
barely
stuff.
talking words now. Here we go then. Now this match that
If
actually
this is Luke Owen watching this,
this match,
proves I can fucking do this job without fucking whiskey.
This match, they're actually calling on the fly because both of them refused to rehearse and lock up before the show began.
It's mental.
They both refused. Is this the fireball? It is. It's the fireball match, isn't it?
Yeah.
They both refused to rehearse before the show. Drink some Liquid so you're not hungover for your anniversary. Oh, Cliff's going to be hungover for his anniversary tomorrow, regardless, babe. I'll make you a bacon and poached egg sandwich in the morning, Cliff.
I'm drunk.
Just a little bit. Come on. Come on.
When you remember
do you
WrestleMania,
remember what OWN stood for? Hogan was NWA.
Yeah,
Do you remember what Warriors OWN stood for?
go on.
Tonya, do you remember what OWN stood for? A lot of it. OWN. Hogan was NWO. Warrior had OWN. Do you remember what it was? We'll wait. It's fine.
Do. Oh my god, I drank a whole fucking bottle of bourbon.
No, we
with
have
you.
together. It's fine. And we were saying, no, OWN was the one warrior nation. That shows you how invested 9-year-old Toby was in this match.
but
Only
at
to
this
look at
point,
it.
to 12-year-old Cliff, if I remember watching tapes of my I had a cousin that lived in Western-super-Mare that first showed me a tape of SummerSlam 1992.
Warrior Hogan won.
And if I remember this to that, this is what the major problem I have. And obviously,
It's just not the same.
you can figure
I will-
the divide of who's WWE.
Who was the WCW guy? Because this was like, as I say, this was the one thing that I had on my friends in secondary school was that I had Hogan Warrior too. They were all WWF guys, and because their parents all had Sky and cable and all that shit, and I just didn't, So I remember getting super excited about. What the fuck was that? I remember getting I was so hyped about this, but I remember that exact point and being like, fucking yes. I remember. I'm getting excited now. Sorry. I remember watching.
Yeah,
this
but
match.
you got to remember 12-year-old Cliff seeing that obviously the pedigree had been done twice on
But the rematch was what was exciting me. It's the fact that I'd seen the first one on tape. And I couldn't relate to it because when they did the first one, I was 3 years old.
It's
I had
really
nothing
strange
to
that that difference of
it's
3
period,
years.
but it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
And
Because
as I say,
to me,
it was-
I remember watching this back, and I had a friend called Hugh.
Did you watch it
Hugh,
back or
if
did
you're
you watch it
watching-
at the time?
No, I watched it back like a couple months later. and I was a massive WWF fan, and he was always WCW. And I remember watching this back, and it's funny that this evening I've been through a bit of realization. I remember I was sitting there with us, and we've done backyard wrestling. If I can ever get that imaging from you guys, you'll notice who's WCW fan. You'll notice who's WWF fan.
Because I mean, I had nothing against WWF. I had nothing against WWF.
Yeah.
But this was my wrestling because I could watch the whole show. And it was only 2 days out.
Mm-hmm.
I could watch this whole, and it was 2 days out. So Wednesday night, I would get. I mean, that was bollocks.
To me,
did you see how slow that was?
Yeah, I know.
But at the time, it's 9.
I remember seeing when he lost the championship to fucking Goldberg. We haven't got there yet.
And that was on
We
night.
haven't
Oh no,
even
this
got
happened.
there yet.
No, this happened before that. This was like that was 1997.
Yeah, we haven't got to CDP versus fucking
No, that's
Goldberg.
the main event still to go. But yeah, man.
And to me, like that was the moment that I was
Nitro.
like, well, I'm more superior to you because I know that this is a work. I'm 12 years old. I know this is a work.
I was,
And
the
I can say
biggest-
to you that we kept this for fucking pay-per-view and you wasted this
on Nitro.
on fucking Nitro. Hogan lost the championship to fucking Goldberg on Nitro.
But
yeah?
I saw the whole thing on Nitro, and it didn't cost me a penny. And you know, so for me as a consumer, it was fucking great. It was amazing. But from business sense, it meant nothing. And it was a complete waste of their time to give it away on Nitro.
Completely.
But for me as a 9-year-old, I don't give a fuck about that. I lost my shit at seeing Goldberg win that belt because I loved Hogan. I loved the NWO. I loved Hogan as Hollywood Hogan because I watched Hogan on VHS tapes growing up. I loved
To me, at this
Hollywood
point,
Hogan.
watching this would have been like, oh, what's the point?
This is no worse than any of the Triple H Scott Steiner matches from 2001.
Completely. No, I agree with you.
No
I
worse
agree
than that.
with you completely. But as a WWF fan at this point, it was very much the case that
You had to shit on it because that was what WWF told you to do.
But if you look at that mid card, how
good was that opening?
but
nobody talked about the opening.
But WCW didn't promote that.
No, they didn't, which is why the cruiserweight was so amazing, but they didn't promote it as their main. If you were suddenly to watch Nitro one night and you would have, because they knew that they started Nitro 15 minutes earlier than Raw started, which is why they put the cruiserweights on first.
Obviously,
in the hope that you would watch it and go, oh.
Oh yeah,
you know,
but obviously,
but in the
wearing
UK,
this,
it
we
didn't
had
matter.
the famous
It
moment.
didn't matter in the UK because they were on at different times anyway. In the US, it mattered. People would watch that and they go, "Oh shit, I'm going to watch the rest of this show." But in the UK, you would watch Raw on a Saturday morning. It would be on Monday night, and you'd watch it Saturday morning. You would. But then,
Is this
Hogan
no
using a
DQ?
belt? Sorry.
Is this no DQ?
No, it's not. But Hogan using a belt has never been qualified as a DQ. It's never been qualified as that. Even in WWF, Hogan using a belt was never a DQ. Ever. They never qualified it.
But when you were a kid, did you never question that?
When he was a good guy, no. You never did because he was Hogan and you believed and he was Hulk Hogan and he wouldn't break the rules. The only thing Hulk Hogan was doing was you wouldn't question him because he was Hulk Hogan.
When I joined, let's say, the WWE, Hulk Hogan was the thing of the past.
Exactly. Whereas I saw
he was a thing of, the annual, WWF annuals that came out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember. I think 1984 was the last one that I saw of him.
I remember seeing Hulk Savage on. Once again, a lot of my wrestling was on VHS tapes. And it was from my older brothers or my cousins. My Uncle Gerald used to give me WWF VHS tapes. When I had third-degree burns on my back because of the sun, my mum was a childminder. And I'm fucking ginger. Look at this shit, man. I got You only have 5 layers of skin. I burnt 3 off because of the fucking sun. I had 2 weeks in fucking hospital because of that shit. I'm not even kidding. But my mum was a childminder. And one of the kids' mums gave
So look
me.
what we've got. Right. So if anybody's watching along with us, we've now got a strap match.
Well, no, because Hogan's already used it, so Warrior is now free to use it.
But
Hogan
to me,
wore
as
it.
a
No, Hogan wore
WWE
it.
fan, I know that excludes anything that's happened in modern era. But to me, this is weird.
I mean, Hulk wore the belt to the ring. It was part of his ring gear. That would be the same as you wearing an elbow pad and me taking off your elbow pad and hitting you with your elbow pad. It's the exact same thing.
But
Hulk
we
wore it to the
hear-
ring as gear.
I'm not
Here we go,
being
we're getting
honest.
close to the spot.
I've been sat on Twitter
We're
for the
getting
last
close
couple
to
of
the
days,
spot.
and I've seen
This
people
match
fucking.
has not been terrible. It's been no worse than I've seen in
No,
WWF,
I'm not
and I will
arguing. I'm not arguing.
wait for
I'm
it.
more
the
saying.
finish is shit.
I know, I get it. Here goes to Flair. Yes.
The fireball
beat him
didn't
down.
work.
Yeah. Right. Let me put it to you this.
Go for it.
And Tanya, whoever was watching, what else is watching? Sorry, I've had too much whiskey. Anybody else is watching?
Call the match on the fly. Call it.
Right. If I was to look at, let's say, the Roman booking from the last couple of weeks or so,
I'm interested
Now-
to see how you're going to do this.
I'm saying that people have fucking put it down the basis of that Roman came into the match late on in the match. Now they built that in SmackDown, yeah? They built it in SmackDown. They turned around and said, actually, you know, these are terms and conditions that we don't agree with. Yada, 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 yada. If you don't get the terms and conditions, fucking hell, what's this getting to me? And he's left me at the wrong possible point. He's done it on purpose. If those terms and conditions don't meet with us, then we don't agree to the match. Match starts. Braun Strowman. Sorry. Braun, the Fiend. If you're looking at that, I've seen a lot of people that are very vocal on Twitter that have turned around and said because Braun didn't get involved with that match, then he can't be involved with that match. Now, isn't that the same aspect of this? With that basis,
even right there, Hogan's not getting up quick enough, so Warrior bounced off of another rope just to make sure that Hogan could get up and get him.
But I'm not being funny, but the modern day fan, if this was a fucking production in WWF, would it not been shot down?
But it would have been, but rightfully so. But once again, so was Steiner and Triple H. So was Booker T and Triple H. This is not the worst match you've ever seen. It's not. You've seen plenty worse. Hit me up.
That finish was not the end of the.
That finish was a good finish, all things considered.
Why?
How many times have you seen somebody get involved, somebody gets hit with a chair, they pin him, and that's the
Cool.
finish?
We look at the end prospect of
Yes.
where it goes to.
It didn't go anywhere because the
It
people
didn't
buy
go
into it.
anywhere.
Because where do you go after Hogan Warrior? Unless one of them has the belt, there's nowhere to go. That's
But
a fault
as
on
a
WCW's booking. That's a fault on booking. That's not a fault on Hogan Warrior.
But me and you that work in the industry that we worked only a small amount, like 10%.
the Urban Goth, Frankie T, is here. Hey, buddy.
Frankie T!
Hey, dude.
Hello! We're really drunk. We drank this much whiskey.
Cliff.
Hang on.
Cliff is really drunk.
I'm really drunk. Frankie, I love you. We drank this much of whiskey.
It's a bottle of Jack Daniel's Special Select, 45%, and Cliff is pretty smashed.
I'm really smashed.
They're
And
about
he
to set the
fucked
Ultimate
off
Warrior on
outside.
fire.
Right. Frankie and everybody else that's listening. All I will say is
This
that
is
basis.
no worse than anything we saw in early 2000s WWF.
I'm not referring
No
to any
worse.
turn of thousands. I'm not referring to that low standard. I'm saying on the basis of modern day. And this is what pissed me
You
off.
can't compare the Attitude Era to modern day.
No, I'm
you
not
can't
talking about
compare
modern
to-
day.
Early
You're talking
1990s to this. You can't.
This late period of WCW
This wasn't even late. This was mid-period WCW.
is a great booking.
I
Right, me and you that work in the booking industry is a good booking.
No, it's not great booking, but there are a million examples of things that are worse than this.
I'll go for a cigarette.
Go for it. There are, I'd say that
I
match.
don't know where my cigarettes are.
Was
I
it
can't feel
amazing?
them in my pocket.
Oh, they're on the floor.
They're on the floor.
Was it amazing? No. I'm offended you didn't save me any. Anytime you want to come for a drink in Trowbridge, Frankie, you are more than welcome.
Frankie, I missed
you know
you.
that. You know
I
that.
miss my jokes about whenever I refer to my son and you know that's not me.
We just got done watching Hogan Warrior from Halloween Havoc 98. We're just about to watch DDP, Goldberg defend the title against DDP. But that Hogan Warrior match, for all the shit it gets, I've seen a million worse matches than that. The finish was screwy bollocks, but WWF screwy bollocks was all about that at the time.
12-year-old Toby talking to you now.
No. Yeah, thank you, Frankie. Like, Frankie agrees with me. He just said, I agree with you. No. Halloween Havoc 98 is not the worst pay-per-view of all time.
I don't agree.
And
that,
even
if you look at
that finish, the finish was screwy bollocks.
Those two that we've seen so far.
The finish was screwy bollocks, agreed. But I've seen so many worse matches than that.
Try and say that without swearing.
Hogan Warrior.
Two that we've seen so far.
Hogan Warrior as a 9-year-old, which is who that was booked for. It was booked for 9-year-old Toby. It wasn't booked for 31-year-old Toby.
But how did you feel going away?
Do you know what? I watched it and I thought, do you know what? I feel a bit cheated because the NWO cheated and I wanted Warrior to win, but that's kind of what it was meant to be at that point. And Michael Buffer here adds a whole different level of championship of the world.
Anyway,
Tanya, are you watching? Give me a thumbs up if you're watching. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching, Tanya. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching, Tanya. Hell in a Cell 2019. This is so much better than Hell in a Cell 2019. Frankie T is right. I'm pushing for a thumbs up. Tanya, I need a thumbs up from you. Give me a thumbs up. Oh. I love you. You're welcome. Oh, thank you, Frankie. Thank you very much, bro. It's true. I have been, man. I have been. It's true. Thank you. He just said somebody's been working out. I was like, I have been, Frankie. Thank you.
Wait until I sit next to him.
It's in the legs. It's in the legs, Frankie. Look at that. Come on now. Come on.
Piss off. I love you, Frankie T, but piss off.
Hubba, Tony says. When am I announcing your show, Frankie? That's the question. When am I announcing your next show? Let me know when it is, and I'll come and announce it.
Freaking himself. That's all he's doing.
That's fine. Cliff, you can stand in and just smoke outside. It's fine, honestly.
I'm being respectful for your name.
Well, dude, just stand inside. Don't forget to headbutt the wall on your way in, Cliff. Smash it. Goldberg.
I fucking love Goldberg.
He's the only guy that they booked to fucking write
I love
until they
fucking
made him
Goldberg.
lose to
Frankie! Hello!
Twitch.
What?
Don't ask.
Okay.
Goldberg.
I'm really drunk.
Goldberg. Well, let me take this whiskey bottle and I'm another bottle clip.
No more bottles.
Not with that kind of negative attitude.
Well, Goldberg coming out if you want to watch along. Frankie, I love you. When are we going to have you on our pod? Ah! I'm really drunk if you haven't understood. The person that's watching that hasn't communicated and Tanya will know that I'm really, really drunk. That's because I miss this man. I missed him whenever he comes back into view.
Both of us, come on now. Ready? Hands here.
Goldberg versus DDP. I love this match. Oh, this is why I imagine for fucking Goldberg versus DDP.
What I need to do is do the Goldberg
I
entrance.
love Goldberg.
Wait for it. Heads down. Frankie, you're welcome at the famous shed anytime. You're welcome here for drinks with me and Cliff.
It's
in my house here in Trowbridge anytime.
Apologies, it has been temporarily dispersed to Wiltshire, apart from Hampshire. Piss off. Piss off. They can't be more. Frankie, why have you been from the start?
It's because we did the face. She doesn't like the.
I love Goldberg. Tanya Goldberg.
I'm wearing a Goldberg shirt. Cheers, Cliff.
Hang on. Piss off.
To
Oh,
Goldberg.
no, you've got
Cheers.
sane. Okay. I'm really drunk. As you can see. Right. Frankie.
Okay, do your shot.
No.
Shot. Come on.
Fucking who's put on the fucking gym? Who's been in the gym? I've been in the gym. Don't piss off with that. All right? I've lost loads of weight. Frankie, admit it. I won't move until you admit it. Look, I'm a radio man. I'm not a fucking Facebook man.
Goldberg can eat crackers in my bed anytime. It's like Big E and Kofi. Who is Big E, Frankie? Who is Big E?
I'm a Goldberg fan.
Who is Big E, Frankie?
I'm a radio fan.
You look good, Cliff. Oh, come on, babe. Don't be backing up Cliff now. You ain't got... Come on now.
Boom! Man that's been in gym is fucking 2 days a week. Boom! Fucking muscle. That's what you say.
Could have punched in the bollocks, no?
Stop it now.
Toby's Big E. You're a good man, Frankie. Thank you very much.
Towel.
You spilled more beer.
I'm not.
Fucking fair.
How the fuck
There's some champagne.
has
in the
it
fridge,
been?
Cliff.
Oh, yes. How have we been?
Oh, no, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Thank you, Frankie.
Oh,
When's your
shit,
next show,
that's the
dude?
fucking
Oh, Jesus
ball.
God. Cliff is kicking beer all over my floor. Whenever the next show is, dude, I would love to come and do it. Like, just pay for my travel. Just pay for my travel, and I will come and do your show for free. That's all I need, man. It's going to be a pleasure to see you.
And I'll
Honestly.
be general manager. General manager, promote it. Toby, promote it.
As I say, man, I'll do the show for free. Just
No, both of us.
just sort the travel out. Bring Cliff down. We'll have a great time. That's all that's required, man.
Cliff Parker's amazing. He's like fucking Eve Morty. Daddy, what is my
Toby's
fucking
biggie.
I knew we would need this. I'm gonna regret this on the train here tomorrow.
You really are. We're going to be giving each other.
This is the best match. Why am I missing this?
We've seen great matches, dude. This is not it.
Chris Jericho versus fucking.
It was amazing.
Oh.
Raven was great. Finley, Alex Wright wasn't even shit.
It wasn't shit,
Who
but it
did
wasn't
Saturn
how
wrestle?
how
Who
we
did
Vin
Saturn
Diesel
wrestle?
Saturn versus
Kidsman?
No, it's Kidman versus
Disco. How
Yes.
Disco is a fucking MVP of the night.
He is.
He is. Disco and Frankie, what's your impression on Disco Inferno? I put forward that, Disco, if he wrestled in 2020, would be one of the most over wrestlers going. I mean, that dude has got charisma, he can wrestle, he's got a great entrance. Disco would be one of the most over wrestlers in 2020. What do you think, Frankie?
I'm back. I never
Guess
spoke
who's
Guinness. Back again.
Cliff is back.
Which
Mr.
can't
Towel.
find-
That's the worst mopping up I've ever seen. I'm protecting your door. I'm protecting your door. Kicks Bear over the fucking floor. I was smoking in your house. When I fucking boots of beer. That's fine. Right, hang on. Let's get a picture with everybody on it. Come on.
Oh, please take a picture of yourself. Frankie, Tanya, let's take a picture. I'm really drunk.
That's the sweetest picture we have ever taken.
Oh, I'm usually a responsible one.
Sweet. Oh, come on. Oh,
Oh.
that's
Pictures.
adorable. That is adorable. I look like I'm taking you out on a school trip.
We haven't referred to any of this match. Bret Hart, we gave up.
Oh, Bret Hart's thing. No, we gave up when Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner suddenly found themselves in a match for reasons that we're still not sure of.
Reasons.
I mean, wait, hang on. Rick Steiner and Buff Bagwell won the tag titles, but they're not actually friends because Buff Bagwell is still part of the NWO.
I don't understand that.
It was at that point that it went a bit bollocks. But, I mean, the matches have still been perfectly serviceable. They weren't terrible. I think a large part of this is because the expectation was built up so high that
Jackhammer.
yeah. If I were to give you Nash Hall, you'd be like, oh shit, this is going to be amazing. It's like, actually, wait, hang on, this is the fourth match on the card? Nash Hall is the fourth? Really? Okay, fine.
That first part
Once again, this
part
is
of the cards we really enjoyed.
this
I'm
is a
really
perfectly-
drunk and I'm really not enjoying the second part.
This is a perfectly good match. Again, it's perfectly good. It is. It's perfectly fine.
Oh.
As a main event, this
Do you know
works.
what? I was once told by somebody that everything you put online will last forever. I'm sure once one day I make it somewhere big, that this will remain with me forever.
I'm going to make sure of it.
Cunt.
You remember that story? You remember that story I told when me and Adam Blompier kill ourselves on a drug binge? You remember that?
Yes.
And we and you meet up in the cafe in Paris.
Yes. It's gonna be fucking role reversal.
What you're gonna be doing? Oh mate. Oh, that kick.
Oh, how we've been. Look, we just started this fucking stream and we've been an hour and a half. Got 3 people viewing. What have you got to do with your lives? Oh, lovely.
That's how 2 bolts are.
You've done me proud. It took fucking 3 hours to take the birth. Well done.
Love you, man. I
I
got the
love
shit.
you.
got the shit under wraps. You know that.
If we didn't do this,
I'm gonna make us.
if we didn't do this,
I'm gonna make us a lovely Aperol spritz before bedtime.
Oh.
It's gonna be the most refreshing thing you've ever had in your life.
oh, I can't wait for that bacon sandwich.
You can make your bacon
I've
sandwich
no
before
idea
bed
what's
if you
happening
want.
in this match.
Basically, it's been a perfectly serviceable main event. Is the biggest issue you've got? Is Goldberg's been great. DDP's been good as the. Once again, DDP's been fantastic. It's been
I know
good.
this is
I
a solid
think
match, but I can remember watching it. but-
Every match has been solid.
No,
No,
piss
it
off.
has. No, every match has
Bret
been solid.
Hart versus fucking
Was a solid match. It
Piss
wasn't
off.
exciting. It wasn't exciting.
Piss off! It was not a solid
It
match.
was not exciting, but it was
It
solid.
was not a solid match.
What was wrong with it?
What? What? So you have Sting versus fucking
Okay, so
Bret Hart.
So what was wrong with it?
So you
in
have the
particular-
Scorpion Deathlock versus fucking
Yes.
the fucking-
the sharpshooter.
yes.
What won the match?
Yes, but
No,
should that
no,
be not
Cliff,
been the
what
match
was the
in
finish
90s?
of the match? What was the finish of the
Should
match?
that not be the match in the 90s?
What was the finish of the match?
Should that not be the match of the 90s?
What year did the match take place?
1998.
What was the finish of the match?
The sharpshooter.
Okay, so was that?
But was it not a great match?
Yes. It was
No,
a perfectly
bollocks.
serviceable match.
If
I'm
you
not saying it
watch
was
back
great.
to
I'm
this,
not
we
saying
were
it was
talking
great.
through shit all the way through this match.
I'm not saying it was great. I'm saying it was serviceable. It was a perfectly good
But
match.
should it not have been
Yes.
something that we're
It should have been. It should have been much more. It should have been much more. But
No,
they crammed.
bollocks.
It should have been much more. But they crammed 4 main events into fucking the main card of the bloody into main event of an October show. WCW could not just
But
hold fire. They couldn't do it.
are you admitting that WWF was better than WCW?
What in 1998? That's not even an unfair comparison. Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
I
How do you win? How do you win, dude? Nah, dude. No, do you know what? Bollocks to it. Look at that. Did you see how DDP?
Okay.
Did you see
Does he
that?
get the finish?
Goldberg wins. Of course he does. It's fucking Goldberg. It's Goldberg, man. You don't
I've
fuck
got
with
a pump.
Goldberg.
I've got a pump figure on that fucker.
You don't fuck with Goldberg, bro. I'm telling you.
Look, Owen, if you're watching this match, I've still got a pump figure.
Goldberg. Goldberg. Do you know how hyped I was when he came back and beat Brock Lesnar? I was so fucking pumped for that shit.
I know.
You have no clue.
This fucker was watching that match with fucking Matthew from fucking Botchamania.
Wrestling memes. And
Who else?
Kenny McIntosh.
And who else?
Who else?
Wrestler. Best
Lion
friend Ben.
Heart? Oh, best friend. Yeah, I leapt into the arms of Kenny McIntosh. I leapt into the arms of Kenny.
Best friend Ben.
There we go. Boom. 1,
Best friend
2,
Ben.
3.
Who else will you watch? Right. We know who will win in that match, but who else were you watching the show with?
Hodge.
Kenny McIntosh.
Kenny McIntosh. Wrestling memes. Matthew from Botchamania.
No, that's wrestling memes.
No. They're different people. Wrestling memes and Matthew are different people.
Okay, who else was you watching with? Who's
I leapt into the arms of Trent Seven. Just literally leapt. I had my legs and my arms wrapped around him and he held me up. And I was like, yeah! Because
As I was
9-year-old
messaging-
Toby came
As I was
back out for that
messaging you
moment.
going, cunt, and you went, we don't
I said you
agree.
picked all of
We
us.
don't agree. And I was like, is that Kenny McIntosh in the background? You
Yeah.
were like, yes. And I was like, is that Matthew from Botchamania? Yes. And then lastly, is that Trent Seven,
Yes.
currently ICW World Champion? And you were like,
It's because of Trent Seven that I got into that bar where all the wrestlers were. It's because of Trent I got into that bar.
Look, if you're watching, this is what I have to deal with. So I have to deal with.
Oh, is that it? Do you know what? All right, do you know what? All things
Right.
considered,
Right, let's.
that
Let's go Series WRWR
Stars out of 5.
because
Stars out of 5.
we
No,
drought.
Powerbomb.
Right.
Out of 5.
Before we ended up on a full bottle of this.
So, can you pass me a beer from the fridge, please? Mate?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Sure.
Guinness.
Anything that's cold.
You've got Budweiser or Guinness.
I'll have a Guinness actually.
Ooh.
I'll make Aperol spritz after this.
I don't know what I've not.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's all good.
I'm safe on the side, so I'm fine. Woo! There you go, sir. All right. Where we got
we're
with?
gonna eat crackers in my bed. Tonya said, "I've missed her fruit of the year" comment.
Fuck off, Tanya! Tanya, why?
You look good, Cliff. Goldberg can eat crackers in my bed.
Tanya, why?
I can't cliff and scroll. Where's the?
Well, why?
Let me find one that's about a fruit.
Oh, fuck off.
I've got Twitch. When Goldberg came out, I see you, babe. I see what you're doing.
That's it.
Trying to make me jealous of the fucking.
As far as down.
No. We need to go up.
What up? No one wants to go up.
I want to go up. Moving on up. Moving
Them
on
people
up.
here.
Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. It's a shame when I have to drop my voice lower to copy Heather Small's
You imagine Paul Luke Owen, if you're watching, imagine us two under producer.
If you don't mind Scott Hall from Halloween Havoc 98 turning up, I'm your guy. All right, that's it.
As long as we don't drink that
You know what?
this amount of
Bollocks to
whiskey,
it.
we
Bollocks
drank
to it.
this amount of whiskey.
Hang on a sec. Let me solve this. Let me solve this.
It's 3 of you still staying up till God knows what in the morning. I love you all, but
We're gonna solve this right here and right now.
are you ringing Tanya?
I am 100%
I can't drag up.
because you need to click cancel at the top. Okay, so fruit of the year. What was your fruit of the year comment?
Oh, I retyped it again.
Oh,
I said, speaking of fruit of the year, it looks like Goldberg's voting banana.
I wear a Goldberg shirt for you tonight. I wear a Goldberg shirt for you.
Oh,
But
I'll wear Goldberg pants for you.
did I reveal a Goldberg shirt at the end of the night?
Okay, he was voting for a cherry tomato.
Okay, more like a string bean.
I love how everybody is fucked off apart from me.
It's just us. It's just us left. It's literally us 3 left. So here we are.
Oh no, somebody else has joined.
Oh, hello.
Hello,
Babe.
wherever you are.
Did you enjoy Halloween Havoc 98?
I did.
Was it an awful
Good.
pay-per-view?
No, I thought it was really good.
I've seen plenty worse. Plenty worse, right?
I've seen a lot worse, even recent.
Yes, literally recent. I mean,
I agree.
100%. It does not deserve the disrespect it's received. It's not
Completely.
the worst pay-per-view of all time by any stretch.
Completely.
I think a large part of it is because it was built because it had technically 4 main events. So, and you cannot pull through when you advertise 4 main events.
Especially seeing one of those are based off a storyline that one's an alcoholic, and then you get him walking out with
Nash
fucking
and Scott Hall was disappointing because
yeah.
you're taking advantage of Scott Hall's rampant alcoholism and he's walking out with a drink in his hand. That shit's not cool.
No,
It's unfair to Scott Hall. It's unfair to Kevin Nash, who is his best friend and has to wrestle him in that match.
completely.
It's unfair. But if you had built that correctly, you could have given Scott Hall time to overcome his problems, overcome his issues, put the belt on one of them, and then have them battle for the belt, and it would have worked. But that match was unfair. I'm glad you agree.
I've got the hiccup.
Poor Cliff's wife.
Poor Cliff.
Poor Cliff.
I got a drink.
Did you hear that hiccup when he tried to talk? I was going for an NWO kind of reveal at the end. Oh, I'm actually wearing a Goldberg shirt all along. Oh.
You guys want to say your goodbyes on your podcast?
Are we still on? All
I
right.
suppose. Right.
Yeah.
I'll be really honest. Is that Halloween? I've got the hiccups. Halloween Havoc is not what we remember.
Halloween Havoc is not what we have been told that it was
Remember,
going to be. It's not. We
It's
have
not.
Do you know
And
what? Tonight has been the dictionary definition of we have remembered wrestling tonight, and we have we have remembered wrestling tonight, and we have put rights to wrongs. And WCW having Halloween Havoc 1998 was not a terrible pay-per-view by any stretch.
not.
It was not. It was a good, solid pay-per-view. Granted, there were disappointments.
Yes.
There were. But overall, that's a 3.5 stars out of 5.
Oh, be honest with
Yep.
you.
3.5 out of 5. Agreed?
I've got hiccups, so yes.
I've seen plenty worse out of WWE. As Tonya said, I've seen plenty worse out of WWE, even recently.
Yes.
That was not as bad as we are told to remember.
I
Could,
think
could
that
Hogan Warrior have been better? Yes. But was it bad? Not really. What did you expect from Hogan Warrior in 1998?
I think that the major disappointment that we remember. I'm sorry.
The major disappointment that we remember was really Hall versus Nash, and them taking advantage of Scott Hall's blatant alcoholism. I mean, granted, if he's that much of an alcoholic that he's going to walk to the ring, perhaps you shouldn't put him in the ring at that point. I understand Eric Bischoff's need for real entertainment and for things to be real, because that is what has worked for WWF. But a man's alcoholism and his own personal demons is not a reason to put him out in front of the cameras. If they had built Nash versus Hall correctly, and as we said earlier, you could have the belt on Hall. You could have him as a rampant alcoholic, but have him have buddies within the NWO that will defend him because they're riding his coattails. They're riding his profits. That works. But just having you send him out as a rampant alcoholic and his gimmick being a rampant alcoholic and having him battle his friend Kevin Nash, that doesn't work. Having Bret Hart versus Sting go out, that should have been, once again, been a great match. It's the Scorpion Deathlock versus the Sharpshooter. The match worked. The finish of the match was
Bret Hart winning with the
Sharpshooter.
sharpshooter.
Exactly. Once again, it works. But that should have been its own main event on its own pay-per-view. Hogan versus Warrior was the perfect main event for Halloween Havoc because it's Halloween and Halloween shows never make a fucking lick of sense. That should have been it. DDP versus Goldberg. Good match. It was a perfect...
I mean, if you look at DDP versus Goldberg, I've never had sorry, I've got hiccups.
Have you
Shoulder.
haven't mentioned it, Cliff? Have you?
Never. I personally think that Goldberg versus DDP have never been a. I'm really drunk. I apologize.
Goldberg DDP was a great match, and it was probably Cliff's match of the night if he hadn't been paying absolute interest to it. If I had to guess Cliff's match of the night, I'm going to go with Raven Jericho. I would have thought that Cliff really enjoyed that match. My match of the night was probably Saturn. I really enjoyed Saturn versus Lodi. I thought it was a great match. Saturn came out, he looked the part, he beat the shit out of Lodi, he went home. That was how it should have been. Great match. But our MVP of the night was one man who wrestled twice.
Let's go.
As you can see, we've got N, W. Oh.
And it's nothing to do with that fucking faction. Disco Inferno.
Disco Inferno was the absolute MVP of tonight, and I will not hear a thing otherwise. Disco Inferno wrestled twice. He was entertaining in both times. Halloween Havoc 1998 was a solid, strong pay-per-view that does not receive the disrespect it has deserved.
Now, I will try and say this without hiccups.
Good luck.
I'm really drunk.
You are.
But at the end of the day, it sounds even worse because I've got the hiccups.
At the end of the day, we have remembered wrestling.
Excluding the last 3 matches.
But even they weren't terrible, is the point we're making. Even they weren't awful. If
But
Hogan Warrior...
I would argue with you the second to last match.
Which was Hogan Warrior.
No, second to last match.
Hogan Warrior was second to last.
Am I that drunk?
Which match are you trying to argue with, Nicholas?
Bret Hart versus...
That was the third to last. I mean, it wasn't amazing. It should have been better than it was. It should have been. But it was still a perfectly serviceable match. 2.5 out of 5. Still, I mean, it wasn't incredible. It should have been much more, but it wasn't.
Completely.
I really don't know. But, I mean, overall, I give that show a solid 3.5 out of 5. I've seen plenty worse. I've seen so much better. It should have been better. It wasn't. It was still perfectly serviceable. 9-year-old Toby loved it. 31-year-old Toby bloody enjoyed it.
31.5 stars. I totally agree with you.
3.5
is
works.
that even though we've drank... Where the bottle of whiskey's gone? There it is. This match...
That's not even the bottle we've been drinking.
It is.
That's the different bottle.
What
What have you done with it? Oh, mate, I'm going to go pee. You finish it off.
Anyway,
let me come and say goodbye to everybody.
I'm really drunk. And what I will say is that if you remember back on wrestling with Debbie Starry Eyes, and if you remember back on, let's say, the latest SummerSlam that we've had, and I'm Debbie drank, as the fast show, would you remember, if you're British, all it is will say, is at the end of the day, if actually me and him, we haven't seen each other since February. We've sat down and we've watched a pay-per-view randomly off the basis of that it was shit. And we've enjoyed our nights.
What he's trying to say is, enjoy what you enjoy. Watch the wrestling that you enjoy wrestling. Do not let people tell you shouldn't enjoy this because it's shit. Do not let people tell you need to enjoy this because it's good. You enjoy what you enjoy. If you enjoy late 90s WCW, you enjoy it. Do not let people tell you otherwise. If, like me and Tonya, you enjoy CZW, Tournament of Death and Light Tubes and all that bollocks, you watch it. You enjoy it. Wrestling is for everyone, and there is enough wrestling for everyone to enjoy. Do you enjoy everything? No. Is there somebody else out there that does enjoy it? Yes. Let people enjoy it. Share the joy. Let's all be a family. Wrestling is for everyone.
But when you're drinking, don't drink in a smash of whiskey, because then you can't talk without having the hiccups. But
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it here. WCW Halloween Havoc 1998. Good pay-per-view. Very good pay-per-view. Watch it. Enjoy it for what it is. And just enjoy the wrestling you do. If you disagree, brilliant. Watch what you enjoy. That's the thing. It's not objective. It's not objective. Whatever you like, and do not let people tell you otherwise. Cliff, it has been wonderful. I've really missed you, bro. Enjoy.
Ellen being here is 3 out of 5. Completely 3.5. 3.5. 3 out of 5. Fuck it. Bye bye.
Tanya, love
Quit end.